Hi guys, back again. It's May 14th, and I'm just playing another session here on PokerStars. Got 3 tables up and running. I got another tournament here that's going to be starting soon, a 440 8K guaranteed on a Thursday. Anyway, 1,342 players remaining in this $10 4K guaranteed. Don't usually play the $10s, but it's 4K guaranteed, and they didn't have much running, so I picked that one. This one here is a 330 bounty builder. If you guys are familiar with PokerStars, you guys probably know about this stuff. Anyway, I figured I'd try my luck on here again today. I'm doing quite a bit of studying. Lately, I've been going over the GTO charts for the small blind play, what you should be 3-betting at what different levels, and what you should be cold calling with. And it's kind of interesting for sure. All right, so here we got 7-6. We do have a backdoor. We got an open-end straight draw and a flush draw. This guy's under the gun. 420 to call. All right, let's give it a shot. And we don't make it, so let's check. Wow, 10-8 under the gun. I figured I had some implied odds there with that hand just because he was an under-the-gun player. I figured he had probably like a good ace or something like that, and if I had a hit, I probably would have got paid off for a bet. I had the implied odds, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So, but didn't work out, so we'll see how we run today. The last session, if you guys remember, I ran pretty bad if you watched it. But yeah, I'm pushed to my sessions even when I run bad, so just because, then you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, and yeah, like I can go back over what I'm trying to accomplish from this. I'm an intermediate to advanced poker player. I've been doing a lot of studying. I'm trying to build up a bankroll here on PokerStars. Been doing a lot of reading for the last I've been playing poker for about 12 years. For the last 2 years, I've been taking poker fairly seriously off and on. For the last 3 months or so, I've been studying poker as much as I can in my free time. And I guess the goal is eventually to become a professional at it, or at least exceptionally well. So yeah, guess I'm just looking for some feedback on my game from you guys. And if you could review my session, that'd be excellent. And if you have a session for me to review, I would definitely be happy to take a look at it. But yeah, if you have any advice for me going forward, just type it in the comments box and let me know. Also, I'm going to try to teach you guys what I know as well as I go, so it'll be mutually beneficial for each of us. So I'm just going to kind of be going over my hands and my thought processes and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and hopefully you guys can learn something from me as well, which would be nice. I haven't been playing much poker lately. The last session that I played was the last one that I filmed, and that was about a week ago, so I've just been mostly just studying, right? So, mostly just been studying. Haven't really been playing any. I want to start playing more, but I just haven't had the time. I'm going to, though. I'm going to start playing more here in the future. Bankroll took a bit of a hit the other day. I lost about 25 bucks. I got about 130 US on here still, which is whatever. All right, we got aces here. Of course, we're going to be 3-betting. Probably like I'm going to make it 325 to go. Oh, my mouse has been a little sticky, so I don't know. I think I got to buy a new one because it's just not working as good as it did originally. So I made a fairly large 3-bet, I guess you would say. We get called. We make an excellent flop. It's a flop that could technically hit him too. Probably put out a small bet, so maybe he can call with a king. Or raise with 2-pair. But he folds, so he likely was set mining. When stacks are this deep, you got to be betting your hands. All right, 27 big blinds, ace-4 off in the hijack. Probably an open, but I'm going to fold it. This is probably an open, but I'm going to fold. It's playing tighter in the early tournament. Like, this is one of those hands that, like, Jonathan Little I was looking at, and he was coaching a student, and he had ace-2 suited in the hijack, and he didn't open it. he didn't open it, and Jonathan was like, what the hell, why didn't you open that? But he had 50 big blinds. I'm getting a little short, and like the pot that I'm going to play is going to be... All right, so we got a super tight big blind here. Well, not super tight. We don't really have that info yet. VPIP, voluntarily put money in the pot, pre-flop raise, 3-bet percentage, continuation bet, how many big blinds they have, and how often they fold to a continuation bet, and the number of hands. That's exactly what's going on here. So this guy's played 1 hand out of 7, so, and he hasn't raised a pot. So that means that he's playing fairly snug over 7 hands. So that kind of gives us a little bit of information, but not much. All right, lots of callers, and we get a flop that definitely connects better with the pre-flop calling range for the blinds. 4, 5, 7. This is a flop that's going to change a lot on the turn as well. So in 3-way pots, I generally don't bluff, especially on this board's this coordinated. We really don't have anything going for us. We didn't even get a backdoor flush draw, nothing. So let's check it. I'm probably just going to give up on this hand, unless the turn was like an ace, and then I probably would have, or a 10. I would have continued, but I might even bet if a 10 comes on the turn because the board's going to change a lot on the river, but we're just going to give up on this one. It's far too likely that somebody has anything, and this guy is going to bet 3rd pot, and we can just get away from it. I'm going to try not to make any serious blunders today, you guys, so. All right, so the top pair card pairs on the river, so that's really not a good card to bluff at, so I would say that this guy is betting for value for sure. I don't know what this guy's going to do. Is he going to raise or just calls? Oh, I made a flush. See, 2, 6. Okay, so he's defending his blind wide. Queen Jack suited. So he had 3 jacks and he called. So this guy has the ability to pot control, like a lot of players would have raised there. All right. Let's put in the notes, defends wide. This guy called me with Queen Jack suited. That's perfectly reasonable, I would say. Okay, Queen 7 off, we're going to get rid of. I'm going to get my app out here. I have an app here that kind of helps me with my decision making when I get short stacked. Pre-flop plus is what it's called. And you can't necessarily use it for like every decision or anything, but it kind of gives you a guideline of what's plus EV and what's neg EV against the average opponent. Of course, I still do make my own decisions. Like, let's say a 7 offsuit is a neg EV shove. Let's say a7 offsuit is a neg EV shove against an average opponent. But if his limping range is like 53% of hands, then I'm probably going to shove there because he's playing way too many hands and he's likely going to be folding way more often than a guy that's calling with 17% of hands. So, all right, ace 5 off is a fold. Offsuit aces in, especially when it goes, even if this was a suited ace, like ace 5 suited, I probably would continue, I'd still fold probably. It's because we got an under the gun limper here. And yeah, he's done very well for himself so far. This is a big stack. I registered late in this tournament though. I think it was going for about an hour. Yeah, it was going for about an hour when I registered, so I just thought I'd hop in. It's a deeper stacked tournament, and the blinds go up pretty slow, so I figured I'd just hop in. Also, I figured out how to make the videos longer, so now you guys don't have to like go from 15-minute video to 15-minute video. I had to verify my account on YouTube, and now I can make my videos bigger, like 45 minutes long, an hour long. All right, Queen Jack suited is an open under the gun, definitely. All right, we got a guy raising to 88, and we have Ace Jack with 82 big blinds. So this is just a call. We got a 25-0 guy just limping in. Oh, we got a guy rejam. Okay, I see. All right, so he just limped in. This board's going to change a lot on the turn. I'm probably just going to bet out 200. Nobody's taken the initiative in the hand. So in here, half pot bet, try to take it down. This guy's raising me to 590. Yeah, I call. And we do have the ace of diamonds too, so we are blocking flush draws when he does this. 8-19. Well, I can't lay down top pair, top kicker. And he jams. The draw is missed. I think we have to call. Chop. Chop it up. That guy does not know how to play pot control with his top pair. But yeah, he was way overplaying top pair there. Way overplaying top pair. Like, he should have just called the flop, probably checked the turn, and then on the river put out a value bet. Or I would have value bet, actually. But yeah, he way overplayed top pair. Just check for pot control on the turn. Don't raise the flop with top pair. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see why you would raise there with top pair. Especially when you're in position. Like, okay, we got a limper, is it? Okay, I'll limp as well. I don't really like raising these suited connectors against, like, calling stations because, like, I 3-bet with, like, I raise, ISO raise with, like, a linear range because they're always calling, right? So if I believe I'm ahead of the range, I will 3-bet, but 7-8 suited really isn't against, it is actually a dog to, like, king 5 off, and king 5 off is going to be calling a lot, so. Okay, we can fold queen jack suited. Queen jack suited is not a hand that you want to get involved in a 23 big blind shove with open jam. Probably start calling it like 10s there, 10s plus, ace queen suited plus. Probably ace queen offsuit as well. Probably laying down ace jack there. You got to ask yourself, what is this guy open jamming with for 23 big blinds with? That's an interesting question. maybe like pocket 7s, pocket 8s. It's trying to get fold equity with them. I guess it would make sense, but when you got guys with 51 big blinds and stuff to your left, it's really not a good idea to be open jamming for 23 big blinds with 8s. Like, I don't know. If these guys all had less than 20 big blinds, it would be an excellent play. But when they got that much, they're going to be calling off with a lot of ace X. So, and then we got 6-9 offsuit versus ace 10, and ace 10 wins. So this guy just pissed away his tournament life with 6-9 off. So when this guy open jams on the big blind, I'm going to put a note on this guy that he'll call an open jam. 23 big blind open jam, or it wasn't an open jam, I guess, rejam from big blind when he opened under the gun with ace 10 off, calls wide. Yeah, right there when the big blind rejammed, ace 10 off is definitely a fold for that amount of chips. Like, this guy's jamming, like, probably calling with anywhere from 2s to 7s, and then probably starting jamming at like 8s or 9s plus, around 8s or 9s plus. He's probably not going to be jamming kings and aces. He's probably going to slow play those. And then you could put him on like ace king, ace queen, ace jack suited. And that's basically what he's going to be jamming, and ace 10 off is just crushed by that range, like a reasonable range. This is just it's very unlikely that this guy has exactly what he had. I don't understand. That guy that was sitting there probably just had something to do, and he just was tired of playing, so he decided to give up, and that's all. It happens a lot here. That's why I don't really give a lot of respect to players that are open jamming wide in the early tournament game. I'll call off weaker with like 8s and 9s and stuff like that a lot of the time when they're jamming like 25 bigs. And like ace jack sometimes, depending on my read on the opponent. Yeah, I'll call off a little bit wider, just because you do run into a lot of open jams with absolute garbage. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing a super long session today, but I'm going to play a few tourneys and see how it goes, because oh shit, yeah, my mouse is not acting properly. But yeah, I played a few tournaments there last week. It didn't really go so well. So I decided to just put a pin in it, right? Ace-5 suited, I think I'm just going to fold. This would be a perfectly fine hand to open if the table was tight, but they're not, so... Or if we were the big stack on the final table or something like that, when we have a lot of short stacks. Because then we're blocking their 3-bet shoving range, but... We got, what? 1, 2, 3, 4 shove stacks on the table right now. There's way too many shove stacks to be open ace-5 suited, and it's very high risk when with 22 big blinds. We're kind of looking for some value. Well, just not under the gun. I don't really like ace-10 suited. I probably would open here, definitely. Oh, nice hand. Get a set of 7. That's always great. So, I don't know. I got, what is that tournaments that I was going to play? Yeah, it's 6K guaranteed, progressive knockout, 440. So the knockouts are pretty good for variance, like, because on the way, if you get deep into the stages of the tournament, you're going to get a few knockouts, so. All right, 33 big blinds with 7s in the table. I'm going to open it up to 2.1. Here we have to call. Excellent hand to try to flop a set, and then when we don't, we're just going to be pretty much done with the hand. We can't really assign a range to this Dan Stop guy here when he's playing a 44-25. His limping range is 44% of hand, so he could easily have hit this. And this guy's playing a check shove type of game, so. Jack 6, Queen 3. Oh, there's the queen. This guy calls off with queen high. You're gonna make that note. Oh. Okay, so this guy calls, this guy 3-bets, and he's fairly tight in his raising so far. Oh, this guy 3-bets, this Diesel guy 3-bets. Okay. And 7s aren't going to be good enough. I think there's probably a pretty good chance that usually when you get 3-bet at the $2 level, it is pocket pair higher than 10s. 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces. So I just tend to throw away 7s to a 3-bet unless we're getting really short and it's later in the later stages of the tourney. So here we're going to see how our 7s we're going to fare against their ranges, and I can pretty much guarantee that there's some good hands out there. Ace, king, 9s, yeah. So 9s were a little bit weaker than I believed he was going to have, but close. And it beats our hand, and ace, king. Do we really want to get into a race with ace, king versus with 7s right now when we can probably, we have a big edge over these opponents because their skill level is so weak? We can pass on small edges and try to get deeper in the tournament and try to find a spot where we have them crushed. So at least that's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but in 7s, typically speaking, we're going to be crushed with 7s there. We're getting a little bit on the shorter side in this 330 bounty. It's only been running for a half hour. So, yeah, we have 17 big blinds. So now we're starting. I actually feel we're starting to get into push fold kind of thing a little bit. Well, not quite, but we're getting there. Yeah, I did a lot of work on my small blind play. On Jonathan Little's website, they have like GTO charts for like raise first in and your calling range from certain positions, and I wrote out this big thing on the small blind play and how many big blinds you need to have to call here and there and here and there and stuff like that. And I feel like I have a very solid understanding of playing the small blind with a short stack now and a deep stack versus under the gun, mid position, and late position raises. Took me I probably spent about 12 or 13 hours on it, but it's definitely worth it because I have a very solid understanding of what I'm calling with, what I'm 3-betting with in the big blind or in the small blind, and like 3-betting late position raisers with jacks and 10s. Like a lot of the time when you're mid stacked, as opposed to just calling and then not 3-betting jacks or 10s versus an under the gun open, unless you have like 25 big blinds, then you're going to be 3-betting small with jacks, and you're going to be jamming, rejamming with tens. So just little stuff like that. It's really interesting to know. Like the more you study and the more proficient you get with these spots, the more profitable of a poker player you're going to be in the long run. Also, with 25 big blinds in the small blind and big blind, we're with 25 big blinds. I said that, yeah. We are rejamming with King 10, King Jack, Queen Jack against Queen Jack suited. All those suited hands, King 10 suited, King Jack suited, and Queen Jack suited against early position raisers, because then we get Ace Jack to fold, we get King Queen to fold. So then those hands are going to bust us if we do see a flop with them. And then once they get a little bit later, like around the low jack, high jack, low jack, then we start rejamming with Queen 10 suited as well. So definitely worth looking into, because Queen 10, we get Queen Jack to fold, we get Queen King to fold, we get probably not Ace Queen to fold, but we get King 10, King Jack to fold. So like all these hands that dominate us, we get to fold, right? So if you're looking to improve your poker game, I would definitely look into those charts and just, you know, go through them and slowly but surely just incorporate a couple more things into your game from them. Because, of course, it's going to be pretty daunting to look at it and be like, I'm going to memorize all this in 3 days. You're not going to, but just little things that surprise you, you'll see, and then you can start incorporating them into your game slowly. And eventually, you'll be a pretty good game theory optimal player, right? And essentially, we begin playing poker with from a game theory optimal standpoint, and then we deviate that after we have get a read on our opponent's tendencies to exploit those tendencies, right? So we're starting from a game theory optimal standpoint. So that is your game theory optimal standpoint, is those charts. We'll give them to you pre-flop. But we have to start deviating from them once our opponents have shown us which mistakes they're making. Are they opening too wide? Are they opening too tight? You know, like those types of things. Are they a loose player? Are they aggressive player? Are they a very straightforward player? I don't know. Pocket fours under the gun. It's probably going to be a pretty marginal shove here, but I think I have to. I have 13 big blinds. I can't min raise with fours. It's right on the cusp. It's plus 0.01 in Chippy V. Yeah, I can't min raise with fours and play fours out of position. It's probably just best to jam in this spot with 13 bigs. If I had like 16 or 17 big blinds, I probably would have just folded them. But all right, now we have pocket fives. And we'll see what happens here. It's a pretty good hand to rejam with 16 big blinds. That's like the lowest stack possible to jam with pocket pairs. Like we're probably not going to be rejamming like with less than 15 because we don't have any fold equity. All right, we got a 23 and 8. We got a 23 and 8 here, making it 600 to go. There's 1,500 in the pot. I think we do have fold equity here. We're gonna go for it. We had to. Like we gotta add some numbers to our stack here quickly. I know we just shoved the previous hand, but pocket fives are gonna be good enough for a rejam. Okay, ace-2 offsuit in the small blind. So this is the position that I've been working on the most, actually. So I feel like I really know, like right here when the hijack opens to like 2.2 or 2.3x, we fold ace-8 off, ace-7 off, ace-6 off, ace-5 off, ace-4 off, ace-3 off, and ace-2 off here, which is surprising. We start calling it ace-9 offsuit. I think we rejam ace-9 because it's the bottom of our range, and probably any ace above ace-9 offsuit. We probably rejam any ace after ace-9 offsuit, and then we're rejamming with we're folding twos, or maybe just calling twos, depending on the raise size. And probably jamming threes through nines, and then three betting small, or three betting fairly, or no, we're probably jamming tens too, and then jacks, queens, kings, aces, we can three bet small and hope to get more value out of them. So interesting stuff. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting anyway. All right, queen 4 off with 54 big blinds here. If you notice, this guy has 12 big blinds remaining. I think this is close, like for a shove. But it's very marginal. I think we probably just let it go. I'm just going to let that one go. There's nothing good going to come from this when this guy shoves. This is a great spot for this guy to rejam, and I'd just be sweetening the pot for him to rejam here. If I was him, I'd be rejamming pretty wide there. So average stack is 9,900. So we must have started with 3,000 chips. No, 5,000. Okay. But we're holding our own here, and we're up to 19 bigs now. We were up to 20 there briefly. So we're going to have to double up here. And we started with 1,000 entrants, so we're about halfway through the pack. Top prize is $162 plus bounties, so probably like $400 or $500 with the bounties, because there's so many players. This one is huge, 5,800 entrants. So that's going to be a difficult one to win, but nevertheless, we will sometimes if we play well. And then we got this $1.10, 4K guaranteed, and it's a bounty, so this is probably going to be about triple what it is because there's so many opponents. But anyways, guys, I'm going to pause the video, and I will be back after the break. Hey, guys, we're back. 440, progressive knockout, 6K guarantee has began. These tournaments are just still on break. They'll be starting up shortly. HUD should be kicking in here shortly for this table as well. Start with 3,000. It is a turbo, so we're going to have to make some moves to get deeper in this tournament. It's going to be a little higher variance for sure. But now we get to play a deep stack tournament and a couple of short stack tournaments, so you guys can kind of see, and a mid stack, so you guys can kind of see exactly what I'm doing at each stake level, and maybe you can learn from something from each of those, right? We got a short stack. We got quite a very short stack, a micro stack. Well, not a micro stack, but pretty short. And then we got middle stacked, and then we have 100 big blind stack. So for at these levels, you rarely have more than like 120 big blinds plus. So all right, queen 8-3. We totally missed the flop. We just check, probably check fold. I don't see any reason to get too crazy with this type of hand. If I jack 2 hearts, there would be some merit to check raising, but you know, I don't need to get too terribly involved with it. All right, so they moved us tables here. So I have no information on my opponents. I think ace 7 suited on the low jack. You guys can go ahead and open it if you want, but I don't know. You'd probably be better off opening ace 5 suited. It probably has a little bit more equity than this hand. So we can just fold. All right, king jack suited in the small blind. We're just going to call. Usually deep stacked with early position raisers, you don't do a lot of 3-betting at all. Unless you have ace king suited or jacks, or queens, kings, and aces, I mean, not jacks. All right, so we're going to check to the raiser. This board does look like the type that is going to change a lot on the turn. So okay. I'm gonna call. We're gonna see what develops here. See if okay, we got 2 callers and we make a king on the turn, which really wasn't a good card for us, to be honest, because now we got a flush out, a possible flush, and a possible straight, and we only have 2 pair. So, and we are deep stacked, so we might have to get, okay, he opened jams, 2x pot, we're just going to fold 2 pair, which is pretty fucking crazy, but that's what we got to do. 6-4, queen 10. So we folded 2 pair. See, sometimes you gotta make big folds like that. Like we were extraordinarily deep stacked. Pocket 3s under the gun +1 with 14 bigs. Shove under the gun +1. Pocket 3s is a fold, guys. I'm looking at it right here. It is. All right. This guy makes it 5x. But still, we're going to be in position and we have implied odds. So, yeah, pocket 3s is a fold. It is a negative 0.04. So we can get rid of that and continue on. Here we go. So we made 2 pair and we would have lost the tournament if we had called the 2x pot bet, which was ridiculous. Our opponent seriously let us off the hook there. All right, so here I'm going to put out a large bet. This is what Don Harrington, I've been reading his books, and this is the type of bet that he would want to put out here in a multi-way pot. A larger bet than 2/3, 3/4 or so, because there's possible draws, and our opponents are going to look us up with a lot of kings. And this is the guy that was going to take us out of the tournament, and now he probably has something really good. So we don't really have to bet very large on the turn here to get him all in on the river. We can put out a small bet because we're going to get it all in on the river. And he's going to have to call with any 2 that he has. Oh, wow. He got away from it. That was interesting. I don't understand what he could have had that he calls. All right, well, 2.5x these. I guess he had a flush draw. He must have had a flush draw, I guess. Maybe I should have bet larger on the turn and jammed. I just figured, I put him on it. I figured he had something like a pair. And he was going to call small bet on the turn, and then when I jam the river, he's going to call. All right, here we're going to be in a difficult spot. We're going to be in a difficult spot if the button decides to bet with his whole range. Oh, bad card, bad card. It is a scare card to our opponent a lot of the time. Okay, so jacks here is a fold. Unfortunate. If it was like a 7, I probably would have called, but an ace, I can't. All right, king 10 suited is an open here. This is the type of hand that if I had 100 plus big blinds, I would fold. But with 21 big blind, the SPRs are going to be so shallow, we're going to be willing to stack off with any pair. All right, here we can get rid of that. We get an extremely large 3-bet from a very aggressive opponent, and we have about the bottom of our range. So I'm going to fold it, I think is correct. Yeah, it is. There is not the implied odds to call off. If I was deeper stacked, yes, there would be implied odds to call off there, but with 20... Okay, here we got a guy open jamming. And with ace king, we have to call. Like, I can't get away from ace king here. Especially at the beginning stages of these tournaments. Like, these guys are going to be jamming with a lot of crap. Yeah. Ace queen. Very terrible jam by our opponent. Because he's only really I'm only going to call him when I got him beat there. King jack offsuit, and this guy min raises. Well, I think I'm going to rejam. Oh man, we had ace jack suited, and then the action went just bonkers, so we got to fold. Aces. No hearts, so we're pretty much dead now. Darn it. Happen to have aces. I don't know, you guys could go one way or another on that. I don't have any information on this opponent, so it's kind of a tough spot, but I think king jack off was an okay jam. Rejam 14 versus mid position on the button. Oh, I guess it was wrong. Okay. I guess that was a wrong rejam with no information on this player. Interesting. All right, we're going to check shove on this one. Ah, he beat us to it. All right, I fold. 2 of my outs could be dead. The diamonds could be dead, so. No, we triple up with kings. That's good. All right, the king jack. Where's poker tracker? Where is it? 1 pair aces. Here it is. I'm going to tag that hand and add it to my hands I played wrong that I would like to review. Maybe I'll find out I played it right. Maybe I'll find out that I played it wrong. We'll see. I'm going to do some analysis on that one. That's the kind of stuff you got to be doing to become better at this game. So, anyway, it looks like we got a second chance in this game now. So, that's good. And Queen 5 suited is a fold. Why does it say I have 6 big blinds? Oh, I do have 6 big blinds. Holy, the blinds will go up quick. All right, ace queen suited is a jam. Queen 6 off. I'm gonna fold. So we're getting reasonably short in 2 of them. This one I jumped in and it was already going for an hour. So okay, so this guy ISOs with pocket 4s, which is awful. Don't do that. That was horrible. That was pretty funny, but thank you to our opponent for rejamming there. So now we have a playable stack, somewhat. All right, king 2 off is a fold. Even if it was suited, I'm folding. Okay. Jacks with 15 big blinds. The question is, do we milk it? I think the answer is yes. I'm going to try to slow play it and get some more value out of this hand. Not like super slow play, but I'm going to just min-raise, try to get some more value. All right, I check. And check it back. It's kind of hard to outdraw us on this board, and the money's all going in anyway if he has a queen, so we can just check it back. Do I value bet here? I just check it. Yeah, that was a tough. If I had a value bet, that would have been extremely thin. All right, guys, check, check, and we have a draw, an open-ended straight draw, in a limp pot. 1 guy in position, in a backdoor straight. All right, now we get aces, and we're going to obviously be playing this too. Looks like we're running pretty good today so far. We've been getting some good cards. And we can fold 7 deuce. This usually represents extreme strength. When you got an 18 big blind guy just 4xing, that's probably like the top of his range, like jacks, queens, kings, aces. All right, we got a set on a board like this, and this guy's range is extremely wide. Playing a 39 so-and-so. Okay, now I got to start betting. Yeah, unfortunate, but if he had some kind of flush draw, he's a pretty bad player, I can tell already, with a 42-21. So with a flush draw, he might have called there. Club draw, or a spade draw. That was kind of my thought process there. Bet large. Bet large, and maybe get called by a king sometimes, because he's dumb. He's not a good player, or a spade draw. A lot of these players, they're just playing to chase cards and have a good time. If that guy had the 7 of spades, he's probably calling, to be honest. A lot of the time, they'll be calling with a spade there. 7 of spades, 8 of spades, just to try to suck out on whatever I have, right? Okay, ace-5 suited. I'm going to 3x. Usually I'd only 2.5, but we got this guy with a 76-12, so I want to get a little bit more fold equity with my hand. But he still calls. Plus, we're so ahead of his range here. All right, I'm going to bet small here. I'm going to bet small because I'm going to be betting this board. Well, I'm betting small with a 5 because I want to try to let him call with a 3 or a pocket 4s or some kind of draw, backdoor flush draw or something like that. So we're betting small, trying to get called by a weak range when we have weak holdings. When you have weak holdings that you're going to be betting, you want to make it small so that way your opponent can call with the weaker part of his range that you beat. But there is some argument here that this flop would connect really well with his range as opposed to mine. So, and you're not going to be betting this texture of board very frequently. So betting large would be the correct play. But I think that with a pair of 5s, you're more likely, you're more better off just trying to get called by something worse there. All right, so we got a guy 4xing and we got king 3 suited. We can fold that. We don't know what this 9-9 guy's limping in with. He could be slow playing a ton of stuff. Probably start calling it like king 9 suited there against this particular guy because he's so loose. King 9 suited probably would be good to call with. Jack 8, pocket 9s. All right, ace 10 off. Min raise from a 55-18. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Ace 10 offsuit. Although I'm definitely, I would say I'm ahead of this guy's range. But I've got a shove stack here. This guy's kind of get on the shovey side. And yeah, extraordinarily loose. So we're going to be playing ace 10 off out of position. And yeah. All right, we got a guy. This is his first pot he's played in 11 hands, and he's raising in early position. So I think king queen suited is just a call. Against an early position raiser. Yeah, well, it's a really nice spot to shove. But I think I'm just going to call. Take the cautious route. All right, we got top pair. King Jack offsuit. Fold. I'm going to shove here with King Queen. There's a lot of draws that are out, going to be out. There's a lot of draws that he could potentially have here. Well, am I too big to shove? That's the question. I think I'm going to shove and get maximum fold equity here. There's a lot of draws that he could potentially have, and I think he's going to be calling off lighter. So it's a little bit big, to be honestly, but I think he might call off with weaker hands. Like draws here. There's a lot of draw. This is a very draw-heavy board, so. Like, if it was rainbow, I probably would have just called and then checked the turn to allow him to keep bluffing. But Queen 9, like, there's a lot of draws he could have. What cards? A 10's going to come off, and I'm not going to be happy about it. Jack can come off. A club can come off. A king could, or an ace could come off. King I'm not too worried about because I'd make 2 pair. So, but there is a lot of cards that could come off there that I'm really not going to like, and I'm not going to get any more value out of the hand. I'm just going to be check calling down, not very happy. So All right, queen 3 offsuit. This hand defends so poorly. Like, I think I'm just going to fold, to be honest. Pocket 4s were pretty deep stacked. This guy min raises, and we got ace-10 suited. I'm going to call, but I'm going to be very cautious against an under-the-gun raiser. They were essentially just trying to find a set. Check. Check. We got bottom pair. It's a spot where we don't. There's not a lot of cards that can come off that we're not going to like with a pair at bottom pair. So, all right. So there is an ace on board, and it's rainbow. I think I am going to put out a C bet and try to take it down because it's a rainbow board. Players can only call with an ace there. All right, now we make a straight. So we're going to bet and hope that somebody has a 9. They don't. So. If I had like 15 big blinds left in that hand, I probably would have checked the turn as well to try to allow my opponent to bluff on the river. But when the SPRs were that large, I kind of have to start building a pot and trying to win a big hand. Your default strategy in tournaments should be to fast play your good hands. So. I think this is a little too weak to rejam, but it's also a little too strong to fold against this particular opponent. This guy's been playing extremely tight, so we're just going to get rid of this. We just tried to see a flop in position with king, queen off against one of the bad players at the table. And this is a very big value bet, or 3-bet, like it's about 150x the size of the pot, so... Really isn't odds for us to call there. He probably has aces or kings or something along the lines of that. An overpair now. Or maybe it's medium pair. Maybe it is a medium pair because a lot of opponents will make these large pot size, over the pot size raises out of position with 8s through jacks. And 8s through jacks would make a lot of sense, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Ace king. Okay, yeah, that one makes sense too, I suppose. He probably wanted to get heads up with just one of us with ace king. And what did he call with? Jack 8. I'm going to take a note on that one. Calls. Massive 3-bet. With Jack 8 suited versus small blind. Like his stats kind of speak for themselves, but some players that are this weak or this loose will fold with large 3-bets. So. All right, king jack suited, facing an under the gun raiser. We are relatively deep stacked. He's playing a 15-0. This is his first raise. We're pretty deep stacked. We can get away from this hand. We can find better spots than king jack suited. I think that he is completely dominating our hand right now with his range. He's probably only raising under the gun 10% of hands, or 8 to 10% of hands, maybe even a little less than that. So ace jack is in his range. King queen, ace king, just tons of stuff that we're not faring against, and we do have quite a few, and we are in a shitty position on the table too, so. I'm getting pretty low in this one. I'm going to have to shove something here very soon. What has been going on in this one anyway? I think it just moved me table, so I can't even look. Yeah, I guess I just haven't got a spot to do anything. I think I folded king queen 3 offsuit to a min raise. This may seem a little bit tight, but like it's just playing so poorly post flop, and I don't know. If it was queen 3 suited, I definitely would have called, even queen 2 suited. All right, we got ace king with 65 big blinds facing a 16 and 8, so there's a very good chance that this guy has a tighter range, and he's going to be 4-betting if we raise. We have a 65 big blind stack, so, well, we're 35 effective, so I guess maybe we could have 3-bet this now that I'm looking at it. I think we should have 3-bet. This was a mistake because we're playing 33 effective, right? And I'm more than happy to get it all in versus with 33 big blinds with ace king. I screwed up there. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. We make top 2 pairs, so it could be worse. But yeah, this was a 3-bet hand. Sorry, guys, I made a mistake there. I didn't think about it long enough. But maybe it'll work out. Maybe he has ace 10. We're just going to call. Maybe I should have thought about it a little bit longer. Putting off a timing tell a little bit there. Should have thought about it. I should have thought about it. Okay. Jack 9 suited. You could open that, but I don't need to. I think this guy likely has an ace. That's weaker than mine. The SPRs are so damn shallow that I can just check the turn, I think. And then I think he'll call 1300 with a worse ace. Half his stack. If he has a worse ace, he'd probably call here. It's half his stack. He's going to have a chance to get back up there again. I'm not threatening his tournament life. But he folds. Good fold on him. I don't know, maybe he had a king. I think he's probably calling there like ace 8. Oh. Well, of course we're going with aces. We're going to triple up here 70% of the time, or 60, 70% of the time, so. Good. I want these guys to... I want one of these guys to fold. I don't want them both having live cards. What the hell do you got? Nice. Queen Jack. I guess it's not a very bad open, I guess, under the gun. When my stack's basically irrelevant here, I guess, hey? So, like 4 big blinds, that's basically an open, so. I just got lucky there with aces. And ace 2 off. That's definitely a fold. King 10 suited. Well, this guy min raised under the gun. We don't really have... That's just too weak. We can't do anything with that. Man, we're getting some good cards today. I'm glad that we're getting some good cards today so you guys can see how I play when I'm getting some good cards. Instead of just fold, 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 fold. And then folding pocket 10s because I know the other guy's jacks and stuff like that. This guy should just jam with any pocket pair here. It's worth mentioning. Of course, we're doing this. This guy just got unlucky here. Yeah. A little unlucky for him to have 7s there. His jam was perfectly fine. All right, ace 8 suited. I may be a pretty tight player, but I'm not tight enough to be folding ace 8 suited here. All right, ace queen is definitely a rejam. Ace queen suited. Check it back. This is a flop that connects pretty well with his range. All right, we'll call that. Oh, really? Oh, king queen got me. All right, check. What did he have? Oh, he made a straight and he checked it. What a dumbass. Don't check straights. Oh, I thought I lost the tournament for some stupid reason. Which one did I lose? This one. With ace queen. Yeah, that was the one. Uh, 17 big blind shove from under the gun +1. I'd probably start calling here with like 7s or 8s. Maybe 7s. Depending on the opponent, of course. This one's running for 23 minutes. Okay. Blinds are a little high after 20 minutes. These are really fast structured tournaments. Okay, king 6 off is a fold. 8-10 off is a fold. 2-3, not even to a min raise, or no, we're in the small blind, never mind. But yeah, not even completing the blind there. So we lost one tournament. With ace queen suited, we got our money in extraordinarily well. So you have to look at it that way. We're printing equity when we get it all in versus king queen suited there with ace queen suited. He's about gonna win it out about 31 or 32% of the time, something like that. So not very much. The suitedness adds a couple percent more equity to the hand, but not very much. We're winning. We're about 2-1 chip, 2-1 to take it down there. All right, jack 3 off. We can fold. A6. You could raise this, but I don't really want to get involved. If I was playing like a $25 game, I'd probably raise, but playing a $1 game, you're gonna get called by like everybody, so there's no point. Essentially just 3-betting with a linear range. And yeah, you guys already watched me miss one 3-bet. I missed a 3-bet with ace king off. I should have 3-bet that hand because we were playing 35 effective, and I'm more than happy to get it all in with a guy for 35 big blinds with ace king. So I missed a 3-bet. And the other mistake I made was I rejammed with king jack offsuit versus an unknown player. It was actually a negative 0.5 or something like that in chip EV. So far we made two mistakes. I think the king jack off was bad, actually. I shouldn't have did that. If I had reads on him that he was like playing very, very loose, then yes, it probably would have been okay. But it was just a little bit light when he limped in. I could have just limped in or folded. Either one. I think calling probably would have been better. And yeah, we're against his calling range with king jack. We're probably going to be anywhere from 35 to 40% equity. All right, 3-4 suited for 560. We're getting like 3-1, so we got to call. But when he does that, then we can obviously fold. Especially since we're playing with a guy with an extremely loose range here. So like if this guy was playing like a 12-12 or something like that, then I would probably fold this. But against, well, I don't know if I fold this particular hand, but I play tighter. Ace king versus kings. Yeah, we hit a nice flop there too. It would have been tough to get away from that flop if these guys played it a little differently. All right, 19 big blind shove. I call with king queen suited. King jack I'm folding. King jack suited I'm folding. And probably start calling at pocket nines. I'm getting better at those because I was calling off really light in those spots in the big blind, and I've been working on that. I've caught myself doing it a couple times with really bad hands like that I shouldn't have. And all right, here we're gonna make it. I'm gonna make it the size of the pot. I want to try to get heads up with this one opponent. Jeez, big raise. I'm rejamming. I like a rejam here. This guy's raising way too often. And this guy's basically, his money's irrelevant. He's probably going to call, but I think I'm ahead of his range here. And this is like yeah. Pocket queens. Ace out front. Good. All right, king 6 is a fold. So we got lucky there with our rejam. We had 32% pre-flop. See, it says it right there. Yeah, 32% because our hand was suited. If it wasn't suited, it'd be 30%. But yeah, what do you guys think about that rejam? Do you like it or do you think it was stupid? I like it. I think it was pretty good. I think it was like the bottom of my range there. Ace-8 offsuit, I would have folded. But Queen 5 is a little too weak to raise here. Well, this guy's really tight, but yeah. It's a little too weak. I don't really like getting involved on the button too much with like players that have shove stacks, like with junk. What's average in this? 16. So we're doing pretty good in this one now. We have a ton of opponents to get through, though, to win this tournament. Well, there were 7,000 to start, so yeah, a lot. We're running better than we did the other day. The other day I was losing tournaments like they were candy, like water. They were just going like crazy. I think I lost like 10 tourneys that day, and I think I min cashed like win one, but that's just how poker is sometimes, right? Can't win them all. Okay, how long is this video now? It's an hour. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. I'll be right back.